Hey guys, welcome to Chat to Carissa, and it is me, Carissa. Now, I first of all want to apologise to everyone for not doing my chat show yesterday. I said I try to do it every second day. Sometimes it may have to be every third day or every fourth day. It all depends on my busy schedule because, as I have explained before, I am in my last trimester of university and it can get pretty hectic. It will be in about 2 weeks' time. And I think it's about a Friday. Is it a Friday? Yes, in 2 weeks' time on a Friday because I have so many assessments due then. So I probably, if I'm scheduled to do a chat show on the 11th of August, I probably won't be doing one then because I have 3 assessments due that day. So that's why I won't be doing it then. But interesting thing, my topic of discussion this evening is the difference between university in America and Australia. Now, I have also talked about in a previous episode of my show about university, but this one's going to be a bit more different. This one's going to tell you the difference between American universities and Australian universities because they're all very different. So the first point I want to make is that in America, an undergraduate's degree is usually 4 years, and students don't pick a major until about their second or third year. So it kind of gives them a bit of time to study a broad range of subjects. So, they might not exactly want to do a science degree to begin with. They might want to see how it's like doing a law degree. But in Australia, you apply for more specific specialised degrees. And you generally choose a major in your first year. So when I started university, I'm doing a Bachelor Media in Communications, but I chose the major of Media and Culture. So that's my actual major. So people in America don't actually pick their majors until about their second or third year. It gives them a bit of time to really decide what they want to do, which isn't actually a bad idea because it allows them more time to figure out exactly what they want to study at university before paying a lot of money. Now, the next big one is, of course, financial money. So obviously finances of the university. And there's a big difference between the two because in America, people can pay around $20,000 to $30,000 per year. But that's how much in Australia, depending on which university you go to and depending on your degree, can roughly spend that much within the course of your entire degree. But the thing is that American colleges have to pay up front each semester. So every time they start a semester, they have to pay roughly they could pay roughly $20 to $30 per semester, or they might only have to pay, $10,000 a semester, which can be quite a lot for them because if you don't have that money, it's a lot harder. But in Australia, so it's a lot easier here because, and as I said, it all depends really on your institution and the degree you do because all are different. But on average, Australian undergraduates' degrees cost between $18,000 to $30,000 in total. So the difference between the financial side of university in Australia and America is all of ours gets rounded up to a total that we pay when we're finished. In America, theirs gets rounded up to a total that they must pay every semester. So that's the difference. So I'm thinking roughly it would probably be a lot more cheaper to go to university in Australia, but then it's not going to leave you with big debts later on. So for those who don't know, in Australia the government actually pays for our degrees through the interest-free HEX Help, which is a loan program. And then once you've graduated and you start earning over a certain threshold, the money isn't automatically repaid, over time through the tax office. So that's how it works here. Another point is obviously in America, most people go to college far away from their hometowns or live on campuses and dorms. So here at my university, and indeed at my college, which I'll get to that point in a minute, a lot of people come from far away. So my friend Claudia, who's been on my show before, is actually from Bega. So that's about 9 hours away from the university. I live about 2. I don't live at the moment, but I'm actually from 2 hours away, so I only live roughly 2 hours away. There is actually a person who was in my class in my first year who was from Adelaide, which is an extremely long way away. But it's pretty common, mostly in Australia, for people to attend the local university. But also a lot of people stay at home. So for those who may live in Sydney, they might go to the University of New South Wales or the University of Sydney. So they just have to commute on the train a lot of the time. Now comes the big difference, which I kind of modelled up then. In America, people call it college or school. So I'm going to college. Whereas in Australia, it's called university or uni for short. Now, so we call it university, but our residential, we don't, because not every college has residential accommodation available. Here we do at my university. So we call it college. So, as I said, I'm from Austin College, and then we've got, St. Albert's College and Robb College and EPC College, all these different colleges. So it's where, we all kind of have rivalry between the different residential areas that people live. Which is interesting because, everyone lives in their own dorms, but often it's within the whole kind of university college thing in general. So it can get a bit confusing when people refer to colleges and universities. So it's kind of become a recent thing. Another thing in America is that in America people drink from them red Solo cups. In Australia, it all depends really. Here we often drink from red Solo cups, but a big thing here is goon bags. So for those who don't know what goon bags are literally wine in a box. So it's in a foil. I don't have one because I don't really drink goon, but it's in a foil bag thing with a little tozzle thing that you can lift up and pours the goon into your cup. But a lot of people would walk around with them, and surprisingly a lot of people do use them as pillows because they're quite cushiony, because when you press down on them all the alcohol goes like that. So we drink from a goon bag, so it's literally boxed wine, but we call it goon. I don't know why. Another difference is that in America there is the thing called spring break. Everyone knows about spring break basically around the world. It's the biggest party of the year for American students, and it's a time when people go on holidays and lots of all that. Lots of university students in America go to the beach, drink alcohol, have a bit of fun, have some parties. In Australia, there is no thing as spring break because ours is very different, especially our weather times during the year. So when America is in their spring, Australia is in their autumn. So we're currently in winter now, so America would be in their summer. So it's all different. But getting back to the whole, there's no spring break in Australia, there is a thing called schoolies, which is the biggest party for people who have just finished high school. And a pretty similar thing, they go, they drink alcohol, they have parties, things like that. Another big thing is that in America, college sports are very, very big deal. You always see people getting drafted into their local university football clubs. In Australia, we have pretty simple games, like hockey, swimming, not really swimming, water polo and things like that. So it's not as big, the sport-wise here because, it's not a very, very big thing. We have, very small sports kind of competitions. With our sports though, we also have a thing called university games, which means a lot of people from our university will head to say Queensland or something and versus a lot of other universities from around Australia in some games. It might be badminton or tennis or things like that. So there are a few differences between universities in Australia and America. It would be, hopefully might even do one, the difference between universities within Australia. because every university is different. My brother goes to university in Newcastle, and he has semesters, so he doesn't have as much holidays as what we do, because ours are trimesters. So ours are about 12 weeks learning. But it is interesting, the schooling systems in Australia and America. And I hopefully will do a blog on that at some point, and even look up the difference between Australian and American schooling. So I don't know if you have learnt anything interesting there. But I hope you all have a good evening, and I shall catch you next time. Bye!